Hello everyone, my name is Rizzner, and in this video we will be playing the Stanley Parable, the Ultra Deluxe Edition. Get ready for a game unlike anything you've ever seen before. It's a game of chance, where every single decision we make will alter the outcome of the game. Trust me when I say, it will be both fun and unforgettable. Submitted for your approval. Let the game begin.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Sounds like fun.
And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Were you, Stan?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Okay.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright, Stanley. Well, it looks like we have control of the game now. No screen tearing, which is nice. Okay, so we're employee number 427. How would you like to be known as a number and not a person? Well, now, let's have a look around. I am not sure what we are expecting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right. Other than it's a game of chance.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Well, that's for sure. This machine looks busted. But it says, oh, I hate Monday on the mug. Hey now. We don't all hate Monday, do we? Where is everyone? Hello? Something fishy going on.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh, our subconscious narrator is a bit on the perturbed side. It's a bit like me. Let's just touch everything. See if we can aggravate him some more. All right, let's continue. I love the mysterious music. What have we here? Cells in this quarter? No, this does not make sense. Okay, so you weren't hitting your quota.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right, our first decision. Well, we're definitely going to play both sides out, but like I always say, let's start on the left. Probably the first playthrough, let's go ahead and do what he says for the most part, then we'll have fun with him later. All right, Stan, where is everyone? So how many of you guys would start to panic right now if this was actually you? You work in an office building. Let's put aside no one knows who you are other than a number. Would you worry if you just get up from your desk and there is no one to be found in a huge building?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Boss's office, you say? First, we're gonna sniff around here. What do we have? How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Alright, so just a little bit of fun rubbish. What is this? Let's see. Everyone is unique. You most of all. That is true. That is true. Things to do. Synergize, core value, expenditures, blah, 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 blah. Looking for hints, clues, notes. What do people want? Things. Money. More money, honey. Things, but with money to buy more things. Yeah, I think we get the picture. Buy quarterly post review. Review. Size of demographics. Throw something in the idea bin. Okay. And then over here, what do we have? Meeting room, basically a schedule. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Rest in peace, Franz. All right, Franz. And let's see if we can find the boss's office. Room closet. Sounds like fun.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Yeah, no. We're not going to do that. Let's sniff around. Can I take any of this stuff?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet.
But
no
there's
reason to still be here.
No, there's a beautiful broom. And I want to irritate the narrator. Beautiful pipe.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Wonder what that means. I'm talking to the broom. What are you talking about, dude? Leave me alone.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yep.
Standing around doing nothing?
Yep.
Why?
Because it
Please
bothers
offer
you.
me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because you're going to keep talking the longer I stand in here. That's why I'm pushing your buttons.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Now, there's plenty to do in here. Beautiful tools. Look at that crescent wrench.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite."
Oh,
I hope your friends find this concerning.
That is hilarious. All right, let's go. Are you happy now?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Yeah, we technically weren't going against him. We were just kind of aggravating him. Ah, swanky. I like it. Executive bathroom. Well, this is where you drop the royal deuce. Let's see. I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. It's hard to read that. What does it say? Say that's a lovely purse. Okay. Makes no sense. Oh, extreme bathrooms. How many of you guys subscribe to this? It's a good magazine. Absolutely. It's a nice bathroom. I've seen nicer. All right, boss. Where's the ghost secretary? You know what? Let's look behind the desk. Business time? No, you should be reading extreme bathrooms. As a matter of fact, when I'm done with this video, I'm renewing my subscription.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Wow.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
This is quite the office. Look at this library. Beautiful. What do we have in here, like 30-foot ceilings? Easily. How'd you like to put curtains
Stanley
in this?
just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
That's right.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Yeah, 1 second. I am the most expensive boss. I'm admiring this office. How often do you step in an office with 30-foot ceilings?
2845.
Yes. Why is the camera so high? What in the world is it looking at? Yeah, we're gonna wait. I want to sniff around. You never know. You imagine just sitting here?
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all
what
by
the
itself.
heck?
And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
He's pushing us. He's a little on the unkind side. Alright, so they shut the windows on us. Now what? Elevator? Anything over here? Alright, looks like there's only one way we can go, and that's down. What kind of shenanigans are waiting for us down here? Loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Sounds good. What the heck? Why is there a drawing on the ground? And where are we? Here's an arrow.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah. What do you guys want? Mind control facility or go left? Escape. So many options. I kind of want to go left, but we'll follow it through the first time. And then we're gonna get crazy. Yes, I'm on camera. What is this? It's like a missile silo. Press the button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Check out the TVs.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Wow.
Did he have the strength to find out?
This is intense. I like it. What are they doing to Stanley?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Wow.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
We were 426, so right here. Let's see if it changes back. Let's see our office. Didn't really look like our cubicle, but that's okay. Wow, this is really interesting. I see 601 was fired. Okay. It's against my better judgment, but what is this? Just a little jump off cliff?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Yep.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Of course. We're just rats in a cage.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I think so. When you're known as a number, yeah, I think you already got your answer.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
You got it. First, I want to press number 5. This is such an interesting game. Mind controls idle, awaiting input. Let's do it. Power system on, off. How about off? Uh-oh. I made a boo-boo.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine! Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
Yeah.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
Beautiful.
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
That's right.
Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
This is beautiful. If any of you that have been to Disney World and been on Soaring, the ride Soaring, this kind of reminds me of it. In the huge dark room, big screen in front of you, and interactive. Guys ready? Let's go.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Yay. Completed the game. Hey, we got our first achievement. Now our second playthrough. And it's naughty time.
All of his co-workers were gone.
No.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, we're not listening to you, did. Say
When
it.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, we're going right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
That's
and
right.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Now we're gonna cause havoc. See what we can get into. Oh, the employee lounge.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to
so
spend
would-
a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Oh, it's stunning.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I stood here drinking it all in. Yeah, we're not gonna listen to him.
But eager to get back to business,
That's right.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, we're not doing that. It's not happening, dude. You want me to go in here? I don't think so. We're gonna sniff around. Call
Stanley
some-
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
That's right. This is how we roll. What is this? Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion will cause death. Uh-oh.
Look,
we got
Stanley, I
options
think
here.
perhaps we've gotten off
Wow.
on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm
Look at
not.
this place.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but
let's
the
try to-
fact is that the story has been about nothing but you.
Try to go in this
all
ramp here.
time. What?
Yes.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Absolutely.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Indeed.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Show me something
Give me a
beautiful.
chance.
Danger. There's danger everywhere. That was a risky jump, but I wanted to get on the ledge. Because I'm not listening to this fool. Alright, what's down here? Going deeper in the basement.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, red, you got it.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood.
Yes,
Stanley walked through the red door.
that's what I'm doing, red.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, I love this game. How cool is this, huh? Is that red? Yeah, I'm just being opposite. You know what? Here's blue. I'm going blue again.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well,
Sure.
don't let me stop you.
Here we go.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
Get to it.
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help
is
elucidate
massive.
these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me.
No,
You've given
I
me
wanna-
absolutely nothing so far.
I want to go here.
Tell you what. Let me
Or
take a
here.
stab in the dark at a new design, and
Yeah,
you can give
take
me
it.
some feedback. There we go.
Whoa.
The third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
All right, I'm going to take it for a spin. Here's another door.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there.
Okay.
Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Yeah, I'll give you a 3. I need more action.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful.
This guy.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
The Stanley Parable. Worldwide leaderboard. This is neat. Oh, he's probably going to have us last, just to irritate us. Watch. Come on, show it. There we go. This is you. I knew it. You're not going to get to me, boy. It's not happening. Should we try another door? Let's go in here.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Indeed. Let's go with the 1.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been
Yay.
working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Okay.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect.
Absolutely
Let me
not.
boot it up.
You do that.
In this game,
What
the
the-
baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right.
What?
And if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
Okay.
I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh my goodness, sorry guys, but 4 hours. Sorry, baby. No.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
To spite
because
you.
If it's the
I love
latter, well, I
babies.
don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
Good.
Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game?
That's
Just to
right.
ease the pain.
That sounds good.
Let's see.
Give me a game.
What do we have here?
This is rubbish.
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
What do we have? What?
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about,
Is this
Stanley?
Firewatch?
What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
Can they do
Well, it
this?
seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into
This
the
is
experience of total
amazing.
mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
No, this is much better. Everyone, welcome to Firewatch. Oh, this is cool. We got a game within a game. Let's cause some trouble. Yeah, let's really get this guy going.
No, it can't be.
Oh yeah, open world, baby. Leave me alone. I'm going down my trail.
It is. It's an open world game.
I just said
Good
that.
God, quickly block it off.
No. What the man? That's a bunch of
Goodness,
garbage.
Stanley, what a close call. You nearly wandered off into that
Man.
thing. That big, open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow.
Yeah, I
You
was
could just
looking
go
for a bear.
in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
This is terrible.
Out of the woods now,
Like
Stanley.
a prison.
Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
Let's go through the crack.
Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Do you have it? Oh, what is this?
Wonderful.
Fancy
See, this is
soccer.
exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't
Check
any
this out.
possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley,
Bring it.
if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Oh, I will. I'll get lost. Wow, this is amazing.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see.
I don't know.
There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm
What's
seeing that
this?
there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I
Sports
think
ball.
it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes,
excuse
I
me?
think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Whoa. First of all, football scores touchdowns, baseball runs the bases, and this is a fancy soccer field, so get it straight, punk.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun?
yeah.
Is it better than my miserable little story that
Get
I
in
worked
the
so
goal.
hard on? Stanley, I have a thought.
Bazinga.
And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple
there's
balls
another ball.
makes for an even more euphoric sports experience.
That's right.
I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
Bring on the balls. There we go.
Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it?
Tremendous.
Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop.
That's
I
right.
simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
Bring on the balls. Whoa. This is amazing. Gotta get it in the goal. This is an incredible game. I don't know how they're doing this, but... Oh,
you
that was
enjoying this,
garbage.
You having fun?
I'm having a
Is this
gay
a
old
real
time.
video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's right.
Excuse
Your little
me.
fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley.
Boo.
Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you.
Drop
Without
another ball.
rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm your sense of purpose.
No.
And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules.
Drop a ball.
I don't think you'll enjoy it as much, but who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll
right.
come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best.
I want to play
Take
soccer.
care, Stanley.
Take care. Good riddance. What a loser. All right, man, if he'd have just left the ball here, we could have had a grand old time. All right, I'm sure Goofball wants us to fall in here, but are we ready for that yet? I wonder if he's going to get angry if I stay here. All right, beautiful field. Let's do it. Away we go.
Hold on. What are you doing?
I'm doing everything opposite of you.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you.
Oh,
How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back. We still have...
we finally lost him. I'm going to write my own story. Whoa. What the heck happened? Oh, are we in a horror game now? Ah, right up my alley. Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Rizzner, and welcome to Twisted Blade. We got a psycho killer on the loose, and he throws twisted blades at us. What is going on here? Everything is locked. We lost our commentary, which is a positive, am I right? What have we here? It's like we're just the ultimate spy on everybody creep show. Uh-oh.
I wonder what he found.
I
If
found
what
the
he
twisted
wanted was to
blade.
be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice,
Very.
and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it.
Indeed.
He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me.
Nope.
Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Who does he think he is, Arnold Schwarzenegger? I'll be back. I mean, give me a break. All right, guys. Round 3.
All of his
Fight.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so this time... Oh, we got... You can't jump, no, seriously, we disabled it. What?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now, we're gonna go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
And then we're gonna go in that
Stanley
other
knew it
left
perfectly
door.
Well, perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Nah, this is absolute garbage.
Yes, this room.
Okay, here we go.
But
We're gonna
eager
head
to get
left
back
now.
to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, let's see what's over here.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No. We're gonna take the elevator. Damn. Oh yeah, let's be naughty.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office.
Nope.
He wanted to wander about and
That's
get
right.
even further off track.
You got
So
it.
now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's,
What do we got?
left.
One way to go, I see. Not giving me...
Oh, no.
Oh,
no, it's to the right. My mistake.
Excuse me? Now you messing with me, huh?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right?
Come on.
What was I thinking? It's clearly...
Here.
Oh, dear. Would you hold on for a minute, please?
Get with the program, man.
Now, let's see. We went down right,
Great, we're
left,
trapped.
down,
We're trapped like rats.
Right. Yep. Okay.
Get me out.
Yes. I've got it now.
Come on,
This story
this
is
one?
absolutely, definitely this way.
Ah, nice. Let's get in a vehicle and get out of here. All right, what is down here? Ooh. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light.
No. This isn't right at all.
I
You're
remember
not supposed
seeing
to be
this.
here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
Very cool.
We just have to get
I
back
wondered
to,
how you got up here.
Who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now.
Rubbish?
The whole
That's
story
my
completely
word.
unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time,
no.
suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Oh, this is amazing. I have
All
to
of his
say, I do
co-workers
love
were
this.
gone. What could it mean?
This is a lot of fun.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so this time we're gonna go like we did the first path.
When Stanley...
Whoa.
Wait, what?
What is this?
No, I restarted. I swear I definitely
this is
restarted
different.
the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change?
Come on, narrator, get
Stanley,
it together.
Did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
Nope.
Did you move the story somewhere or...
Nope.
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then.
Man, get it
It's an
together, dude.
adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Well, what I wanted to do originally is going to play out differently because this is a different room. Let's go this way. This is new. Yeah, this is getting interesting. What is down here? What is this? Just a big circle?
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure
Okay.
I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we
Inner guilt.
Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Unbelievable. Wow.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This guy needs to hold it together so we can do our journey. Look at this
Okay,
mess.
It's worse. I might be remembering this wrong.
That is
It's
no
possible the
doors.
story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
This narrator is pure garbage. Get it together, man. All right, let's go back to our office.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something.
Bingo.
The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Everything keeps changing. Ah, back to the
Now this-
horror game.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite
Nice.
recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building.
No.
Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Yay. That's right. Thank you.
I know you put in a lot of hard work,
That's
and it
right.
really paid off. So, good job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Yes, I
Some
did.
people
What
win
are you
fair and
talking about?
square, and this was not one of those situations.
Hey,
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh, I like that place. Look at this.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Yay!
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Oh, we'll try to screw it up. First of all, let's see where it goes. We got our own line. I love it. I feel special.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to
This
destiny.
direction?
Nope. Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there?
True.
Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward,
what
are
was
we
that?
implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life
almost.
itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure
We're
where I
getting
was
weird
going
with the
all
line. Look
that.
at this mess.
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Question mark. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, baby. What a great game it is, true. Those pure music.
Wait, cut the music. Go back
on, that
and
was
look at that
fun.
fern.
Fern.
Stanley,
Beautiful.
this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. It's all about the fern, guys. All right, got it. Bring me back the music. That was fun. I was jamming.
Wait,
Uh-oh.
we're back at the office?
Spaghetti-o.
No.
we're gonna stay on this path.
You do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Absolutely not. There we go.
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to
Hey, I
us?
followed
And
the
after we
line.
trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
You saw the little paperclip on the first screen? That was cool.
You know
Hey,
what, Stanley?
I didn't mess that
I
up.
say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
Thank
We're
you.
intelligent people, right?
Right.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
How about this direction?
Which direction? Open a door for me. What did he open? Can I type? Hello? Alright, is anything open? Oh, this is open. Yes.
Now, yes, this is exciting.
This is
Just
exciting.
me and Stanley forging a new path,
Yes.
a new story. Well, it could be anything.
Love it.
What do you want our story to
We're
be?
going in circles.
Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Good. Good.
Oh, no, not you
Whoa.
again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Show me a pink elephant. I will totally lose my stuff if he shows a pink elephant.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
You got it.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the
right-
door on the right is the correct one.
Yeah, which right?
Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
Uh-huh. The confusion ending.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending.
What is this?
You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending?
Interesting.
And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
Oh, that's rubbish.
That's
absolute
really how
garbage.
all this goes?
What?
It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped?
Uh-oh.
Does that mean, did we do it?
We did
Did we
it.
break the cycle?
Yes.
The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something
Possibly.
happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way
if I could
that
sit
this is
down.
a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination.
That's
so
right.
I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
Definitely the journey.
Well, in the meantime, if you do...
Whoa. What was that?
All of his co-workers were
All
gone.
right.
What could it
I know
mean?
where I want to go.
Stanley
it's a matter
decided to
of
go
if
to
we
the
can get
meeting
there.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We want to go left. Okay, good.
When
so we're
Stanley
back.
came
Okay.
to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
And then we're going to go the escape route instead of the mind control route.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping coming to a staircase, Stanley
up,
walked
and away.
upstairs to his boss's
we
office.
could go down as well next time. Okay. All right. Let me type in the code as well. But
Stepping into
hopefully it
his
doesn't
manager's
mess things
office,
up.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Fancy one.
2845.
Oh, it's 2845.
But of course,
Is that
Stanley
it?
couldn't possibly have known this.
Wait a minute. No. 2, 8, 4.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his... Yet incredibly,
we
by
go.
simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to
Time to
input the
go.
correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the
Amazing.
newly opened passageway.
Truly amazing. Alright, let's get back to the mind control facility. And this time we're going to hang a left on the escape route and see where that goes. Alrighty.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
no, we're
Facility.
escaping. Later did.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Uh-oh. Well, that's not what I want to hear. Let's see if we can fight it off.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Now, we're stubborn here.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
No, we want to see the whole game, or as much as we can find. Uh-oh. Well, we only live once, right? Let's have a little fun and see what the game does. Not dead yet. Yeah, roller coaster, baby. See that?
As the machine whirled into
Nice.
motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Uh-oh.
he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
No.
Farewell, Stanley.
Are you serious? Don't do this to me. No.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
No, we made it. The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I don't know, you tell me. I don't think we died. What is this?
When every path you can walk has been
Wow.
created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the
Nice.
same. Do you see now? Do you see that
Oh, check
Stanley
this
was
out.
already dead from the moment he hit start?
Wow. Look at these little models to show the different paths we can go on. Oh, this is very neat. Let's see. Nature paintings. Doors 1, 2, and 3. Huh. Sound buttons. Let's see what we got. Nope. No. Dee-dee. Dee-dee. I like that one. I likey. Filing cabinets, office computer. Oh, check out these old computers. It's like some old, like, what, around some Macintosh, like early 1980, 85 Macintosh. All right, we got the credits here. Somehow I get the feeling we're far from done, but I don't know. This is almost like a museum of what was made in the game. Very cool. Look at this. The maintenance room, an early version. Some more pictures. Nice. I love the wrench. Very cool. Very interesting. The lounge. The office. Yeah, we got our own art museum. What is this? The apartment timer. Option 1, 2, 3, 4. Maintenance layout. Huh. Oh, okay, yeah, this was the wooden room. I haven't seen these switches yet. Zending. I don't think we've seen that room. What was that? Countdown desk? Yep. The monitor. Okay, let's see if we can get out of here. Let me out. Stanley's office. Multiple versions of Stanley's office. Notice how the mugs are in different places, yeah. As well as the filing cabinets, okay. Very interesting for sure. Which way have we not went? We came up this way. There's the wrench. All right, let's... I don't know. Let's go this way. Yeah, this is new, and see if we can go to the left. The lounge, yeah, what is this?
He pushed the number 9.
Narrator. Push the number 9. Well, where's the number 9? Office clock. I'm thinking there's something in here, huh? Let me go back to where that phone was at. Oh wait, we didn't go here, but just Warzone. Loving the barbed wire fence. That'll keep the riffraff out. Okay, let me see the phone. Kind of like dial 9. No. Okay, I guess there's not much to do here. Unless I'm totally missing something. Alright. Let's see if we can... I guess we'll have to go back the way we came. That's the first time we actually have to backtrack in here. Unless I completely missed something, but let's see. Or let's see if we can even... Oh, there's no more door. What the... Oh. Right, it's gotta be a way out. Gotta be a way out. So it's not this way, we went this way. That led us to the narrator. Freedom ending. Oh, here we go. This is different.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
We're gonna turn it off.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Oh, okay. Wasn't feeling the escape route. All right. Like I said, we're trying to show off as many endings
All of
as
his
we can.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
So let's
Stanley
go...
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We're going to go the way we just went, but this time we're going to go down the stairs instead of up.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's see if that brings us anywhere.
Yet there was not a single
different.
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Nah.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs
We're
to his
going
boss's
down.
office.
Down. More options? Okay, this is new. What's down here?
But
Parking
Stanley
garage?
just couldn't do it.
Oh.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that.
That's right.
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
Crazy.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other
Going in
strange
circles.
observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Good point.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
That's right.
Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
Go backwards?
I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun,
nice.
And Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
What's that?
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
But of course.
How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please.
Yes.
It's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Okay. Open those eyes, Stanley.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Not good. Little panic attack.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Mariella?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay, thanks for the help, ma'am. Interesting.
All of his
pulling out some
had
endings.
gone. What could it mean?
Have an
Stanley
idea.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, there's new content now. But wait, There's one other thing I can think of for sure.
When Stanley came to
We
a
wanna
set
go
of
right?
2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
And then
The
we're going
lounge
to take
was
the lift
sublime,
all the way across.
a work of art. But eager to get back to business,
Let's see what that
Stanley
does.
took the first open door on his left.
Not happening, dude. Yeah, we're going to take the lift
Stanley was so bad
across
at
to the
following
top of here.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look,
don't
Stanley,
think-
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot
Any
here.
other way we can go?
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult.
There's a
but
door
the
down
fact
there.
is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Oh, really?
Someone you've forgotten about.
Who's that?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Her, you say?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
I have a lady? Who's my lady? Uh-oh. Her is in the darkness? Are you guys ready? You know what? Let's go backwards. 3, 2, 1. See ya. Oh.
That's her, Stanley.
There's my phone.
You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
Okay.
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Who's this supposed to be? Hello? Now we're in some type
Stanley,
of...
is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right.
Is that our wife?
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your...
Oh, a little deep on the voice.
Gotcha. Oh, come on.
Excuse me?
Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Yes.
Who'd want to commit their life to you?
Yes.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley.
No.
I'm trying to get you to see something.
No.
Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Dear, you're looking a little on the pale side. Gotta get a little vitamin D going. What's up with this?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Press T on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Funny.
Look at him there, pushing buttons.
That's
doing
right.
exactly what he's told to do.
Like a
Now
monkey.
He's pushing a button.
Yeah.
Now he's eating lunch.
I need lunch,
Now
yeah.
He's going home.
Trying to get in the
Now
fridge.
He's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
That's right.
Fantastic
I did.
discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
And there's no room to move around.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
You don't
So
say.
he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it
It's
with many
changing.
possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
You don't say.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Oh, you know it. Absolutely. We're going to definitely check out new content.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be?
Where's my
In
lady?
reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
That's for sure.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
All right, we're doing it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Excuse me?
And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I
That's
tried.
terrible. This guy's so rude. So rude. All right, let's check out
All of
new
his
content.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Aha!
Oh, new content? What does that mean?
Oh,
New
no.
content.
Oh, hello! We're in the new content section. What do you think of that, punk? I love roller coasters. Come on. Big drop, big drop.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Yay.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Wow.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Yay. That's what
The
we're
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
This is fun.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
That makes two of us. Ultra Deluxe, you say? That was well done. Even if there were no
Okay,
drops,
so far
I
it's
love
an
the coaster.
elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
And where's the button?
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Who pressed the button? Usually you go down, but we're going up.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if
Tedious.
Okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
It's mostly tedious. The jump
All right.
circle.
All right, let's see it.
Okay.
The jump
Jumps
circle.
remaining, okay. Oh yeah, we're working out, folks. I like the 19, 18, 17. You can do it. Squeeze the cheeseburgers out. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Can you feel the burn? 1. Done. Done. Don't I get a prize? I guess not.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
You would think, huh? How come that fence isn't straight? I caught an error. Did you guys enjoy the jumping game? Are you kidding me? Back to the creepy elevator?
Another elevator.
Oh, goodness
Stanley,
gracious.
I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if...
Yes.
Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Better not be a game where I have to count to 1 trillion. Thank you for enjoying the new content.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley?
Pure rubbish.
This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this?
Exactly.
I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them
That would
personally
be
accountable.
X.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
I say, let's do it. Ah. Everything is different. There's the old office. New exploration time.
Psst. Stanley, come over here.
Nope.
In the vent.
That's a
I want to
negative.
show you something.
Nope. No.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine.
Oh.
You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Excuse me? We're back in the old part. Really? Yeah, okay, let's go back. I thought it was going to be a whole new wing. This punk is calling me a dork? Well, let's go see.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
That's what I thought. Freak show.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret.
This is cool.
Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
Nice.
Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release?
Very
Remember
cool.
back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
This is really well done. Really well done. Don't forget the Stanley Parable. Yeah, quite a unique experience. I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is one of those 1 in a million type games. A trip down memory lane. Smile, because it happened. That's a cool sign. Nice building, by the way. Nominee. Good old Stanley Parable. New video game releasing today. That's me pressing buttons. Uh-oh. Not a good shot there. It's quite peaceful out here. Let's check out the barn.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
A husk. Ooh. Up or down? Let's see if we can go this way. I want memory zone maintenance. The original remake. Person of the year. Nice Mustang, vintage.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
I can appreciate that. Well, we can't get in here. The serious room. Yeah. Wait a minute. It can't want us to just go the way we came, huh? Let's see.
These were simpler times, Stanley.
There we go.
But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before.
That's right.
What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no.
Steam reviews.
Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny!
True.
I'm not trying to be funny.
Whoa.
I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
I can think of a few places. There's a positive thumb up.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. To be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down.
You should.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as... What's this one got to say?
Cookie
You constantly
9.
have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button.
That's a good point.
Well, yes.
Yes.
Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Thank you.
And here it is.
Skip.
Go ahead and give...
Oh, yeah. Pressed it quickly.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof! Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
A week?
Or 2 weeks.
Oh, let's make it a month.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and...
I'm just gonna keep skipping them. The door's gone now. I'm just trying to find a way to get out of here. Come on. I'm gonna skip it again. Give me a door. Uh-oh. I hear the beep. Let's skip it.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said...
Trying to get out of here.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is
That's
never
right.
the end, is never 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 the...
Oh, he's really trying to get on our nerves. Can we get a door, please? Whoa. Okay. Looks like it's falling apart. Not good. Daytime. Still can't get out. Now we have ferns, and remember he talked about the ferns being the end of the game. No. What happened to my ferns? My pretty, pretty ferns. Uh-oh. I hear the creeper. Ah, finally. Let's get the heck out of here. In the desert? Whoa. Alright, just get me away from this place. See ya. Is this the end of the line? Have we finally escaped? Is that our destiny up front? Or is it still part of the journey? Beautiful just to get some distance between us. Keep on moving. And there you have it. Back in the office. Well, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. I wanted to bring you something different, something fun, something creative. I'm sure there's more we could sniff around and find if you really want me to, but we'll probably go ahead and end it here. Please comment down below what you thought about this. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it and you'd like to see more games like this on the channel. Subscribe to keep up to date with everything. Once again, it's Rizzner. That's all I got. And I will see you in the next one.